Hey guys, welcome to another WoW Weekly with Myst. And for this week, it's a pretty easy week. The weekly event will be pet battles, and Midsummer will start, and that starts on Sunday. So yeah, that one won't start till pretty much the end of the week. And that event goes on for a while, so it will run from June 21st all the way to July 5th. And I do have a lot of videos on Midsummer, actually all of them if I recall right, but Midsummer, back when I did those videos, I think it was like 2016 or something, it was still kind of the beginning of me being a YouTuber. It was basically my first year of doing it, and as some of you may know, you're never really great when you first start something new. And so back then I really wasn't I didn't pay attention to like background sound and stuff like that. So there are a couple of videos in the list there that I'm just not happy with. And I didn't realize that until I went and looked at them, because I know Midsummer is coming soon, and I checked a couple, and some have, some like, I don't know what you'd call it, but like fuzz, I guess. Like it's it's background sound. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna redo those ones. For whatever reason, there's like 75% of the videos for Midsummer are fine, and I took out the background sound. There seems to just be a couple where I guess maybe I forgot to. So I am gonna redo those videos for you guys that are interested. Keep in mind, it's gonna probably be sometime during Midsummer when they get loaded up, probably not even till the second week, because since I have them at least done up, they're not priority, but I do definitely want to fix those couple that are bad. So I will be redoing the achievement on, I'll probably pick some alt to redo that achievement on. And yeah, so feel free to check them out, but like I said, you may get to the not so good ones before I do, but they're still good as far as informative. Just it was at the beginning of my YouTube days where I still was learning how audio worked and all that. So yeah, and that is basically all that's going on. And of course, the leveling buff is still here, so you can still level your heart out. Okay, so before I do make some goals, let's go over progression. So this week was a pretty good week for myself. We'll start with Tomb of Sargeras. I went in there and I did all the achievements, and so I now have the Micronax toy, which is a pretty cool toy. It looks like something out of StarCraft basically, and the Tomb Raider title, which I think's awesome because I love the Tomb Raider. I've wanted that title for so long. So now I just gotta figure out what character's gonna have it, because my cat lady title, it's just part of my druid. I know there's people that like swap their titles out all the time, and I'm just not that person. I have certain characters that are designated or assigned to certain titles, and cat lady will just always be the druids. Other than the time where I periodically swap it because I just earned a new title, right? But the next day I usually go back to cat lady. So the Tomb Raider, I gotta find an alt that the Tomb Raider would be good for. So yeah, I'll have to think think of who we want that to be. Last time I did WoW Weekly, I had told you guys I got the Herald of the Titans. So that one is assigned to my hunter. So yeah. So that was cool. I was really happy to get Tomb Raider dealt with. And I'm super happy to have that title now. And rep-wise, I've been focusing back to the druid, so I have been doing the rep. Here is a picture of my progress. So you can see that they're both sitting at revered. Alda McCord is obviously much further along. And yeah, so once again, not gonna hit Exalted before the next WoW Weekly, but I think we are getting close. For those that maybe are new to my WoW Weekly videos and don't know quite how I do this rep, I don't do the rep every day, which is easy to tell because I would progress further if it was every day. The reason is that I like to make things worth it. And when you do the assault out there, you get a big amount of rep. So generally what I do is I go out one day, I'll do the dailies that get me to half of what you need for the assault, and then I come back the next day, do a next set of dailies, which completes the assault, hand in the assault, get my giant rep. It's generally 500 for a minor, and I think 1500 for a major. And then if the assault is done, I don't step back in there to do rep till we have the next assault. So basically what that means is the major assault area, I'm only doing 2 days a week, and the minor assault area, I typically do 4 days a week for rep. Honestly, that's not the way I usually work. Usually I am everyday rep till it's exalted, but 2 reasons. One, I find Aldum and Vale for the BFA rep to be boring as fuck. And 2, it makes it so I don't feel so forced to do it. If I'm taking breaks here and there throughout the week, then it's not so bad to go do the rep every so often. So that is why I do it that way. As you can see in the video, I'm still going after this rep, the oracles. I totally forgot I wasn't exalted because I was farming the oracles for quite a while. I would say roughly 4 years ago, maybe. And it was for the mount, and then when I got the mount, I just stopped going out there, not realizing I had the mount before I was even exalted. So yeah, I've been going back out to that area to finish off that exalted, because it's really close. It's, you know, when I got the mount, I was halfway through revered. There's definitely a couple of reps here and there that I've put work into and then forgot I wasn't exalted, and majority of them are in classic. Yeah, because I didn't actually start focusing rep until BC. And one day I will attempt the insane one, but I want to catch up the rest of my reps first. Okay, so the next thing is Mystic Void here. This is the character that I dedicated a lot of time to last week because I was going after the Herald of the Titans title, which you can see I have now. And yeah, so I had stopped the leveling process because in order to get Herald of the Titans, you can't be higher than level 80. And yeah, so I had to stop the leveling process altogether with her and then wait until after I had the title. So now that I have the title, I decided to throw the experience gain back on. And I didn't do too much. As you can see, I just went from 80 to 87. But that is the leveling focus. I'm going to try to get her to at least 100. 100's usually my stop, or at least my break time with the leveling, because I use the Legion invasions at 100. Couple of other things that I did accomplish is they all have to do with my main character, but the Nazjatar emissary, or more specifically, the Paragon caches. I am officially done with them. A few weeks ago, I had showed you guys that I got the Royal Snapdragon out of one, and I had already had the toy, which was Memento of the Deeps, and this past week I completed another Nazjatar cache and I got the flopping fish, and I am so happy, and I was so shocked. I am so happy to have gotten that, especially since one of them was the mount, so yeah, that super psyched. So I am pretty much, well, I won't say I'm done with Nazjatar because I still have achievements and pets to collect out there. And the main focus lately has been to continue leveling my followers that are out there, because I got the other mount from one of the followers, but there's still another follower that issues the pet, and then another follower that issues a toy. So that's the focus. So I'm not done, but I just don't really pick up dailies anymore. Also, another thing I accomplished this past week was the 7th Legion Paragon cache. Now, for that one, you get the Rallying War Banner, and then there's also the inscription item if you're an inscriptionist. I am on my main, and I got that one really early into BFA when they started issuing the Paragon cache. But I have spent basically the past, almost 2 years, I guess we're getting close to, trying to get the Rallying War Banner, and I finally got it this past week. So I am now done with 7th Legion, which means that the only Paragon caches I need for BFA now is Proudmoore and Order of Embers and Turtles, because I need the Proudmoore music box from the Proudmoore Paragon cache. You can also get the Albatross. I have gotten like 5 of those, so we're good on those. I'm thinking that one is a very common drop out of the Proudmoore Paragon cache, because every time I go to sell my extras, people have them up for like 5 gold. Yeah, I just keep stashing them in the guild bank because I can't bring it to myself to sell anything for 5 gold. So yeah, just the Proudmoore music box for that. And then for the Embers, there's the Cobalt Raven Hatchling and the Bewitching tea set. I have the Hatchling, and another one I've gotten duplicates of, but I haven't looted the tea set yet. So that is why I'm going after Embers. For turtles, I am going after the pufferfish. So there's quite a few things you can get from the turtles. There is the Bowl of Glowing Pufferfish, which is a toy. There is Kojo's Master Matching Set, which is another toy where you play the shell game. And then for cooking, there's this Sagnated Feast, rank 3, and Borealis Blood Sausage, rank 3. I have the cooking ones, but I don't have the toys. So yeah, long story short, I just need Proudmoore, Embers, and Turtle Paragon caches. Everything else is all good. As far as Alliance goes anyway, I haven't really started doing the Horde ones because I just recently got a couple of those reps to Exalted. So yeah, I do have a lot to do on Horde side as far as the Paragon caches go, because I put all my efforts into my Druid on Alliance. So yeah, that's the unfortunate part is with Champions of Azeroth and the Turtles, that's all neutral, so you can get the same items on both sides. But then Horde has items that come from the Zandalari Paragon, the Talanji Paragon, Valden Paragon. Yeah. Honor-bound is the same too on both sides, so I don't have to worry about the honor-bound. But yeah, I do still gotta start on those 3 Paragon caches. I haven't even collected one single Paragon cache on Horde side, so definitely a little behind there. And I'm thinking that that's probably gonna be something that's gonna get done in Shadowlands. Like, the fact that I haven't started it, I highly doubt I'll get all those items before the expansion ends. Not for Horde anyway. Alliance, I'm hoping, but yeah. And then the final thing that I accomplished this past week is my Dark Moon mount. So I have had all of the Dark Moon mounts for quite a while, and then they came out with that new one, the dirigible mount, or dirigible, or however you say it. And so I've been kind of, doing, my profession quests, and, just hoping I get more tickets and all that. And I finally had enough to buy it. So I bought that mount. I am back to being caught up on the mounts. I have all the pets out there. There is only really one thing that I still need out there. It costs 250 Dark Moon tickets, and it's actually from last expansion, but it is a rank 3 inscription pattern. So it's, it's not like priority or anything. It's less mats, right? It's a pattern I have, but it's rank 3 of it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on now. I have 200 tickets at the moment, so that one won't take too long. I'll be able to knock that out before Shadowlands appears as well. So yeah, that was all good. Okay, so while I create goals, we're gonna run this current video that is already running on the video here. That is just to show you the new class animations there in Shadowlands, so I hope you enjoy, and I'm just gonna mention my goals while you view that video. And yeah, so for goals this week, I think what I am gonna do is my Druid. I would like to continue the rep with Rajani and Alda McCord. And that is basically all I really want to do with the Druid. I really got to stop doing my random collecting things because I have so much work on other characters right now to do. And I've been just going to random raids for more transmog pieces on my main, and I need to catch up some of these other characters. So I'm going to hold that off until the leveling buff is done. And yeah, so rep only. Rep is the only goal for my Druid. Next is another rep goal, and that is the Death Knight. I didn't really get logged into the Death Knight this past week, and honestly, I haven't really logged on much since I got the Valden created, because that was the biggest objective. But I do still need Zandalari and Honor Bound, and they are really close, and I I almost bet you, like, I should have logged on to that character this past week. It was Dark Moon, right? And I didn't even think of it. And I almost bet you if I had, I'd be exalted. But that's okay. That's okay. I can handle it. Zandalari realistically should be exalted before the next Dark Moon comes around. Not sure on Honor Bound, but they are pretty close together. So yeah, I think they'll both be exalted before the next Dark Moon rolls around. But they are definitely at the top of my list of things to do because, soon enough here we are going to get news of the pre-patch coming out and the leveling buff vanishing, and yeah, I need to get those last couple of reps to exalted so I can at least create those characters and get some sort of rep going on, or not rep, but some levels on those characters. So that is goal number 2. And goal number 3 is the bigger goal, I guess, because it is what I will be doing when I've done my rep for the day on, the Druid and the Death Knight. And that is Mystic Void. Mystic Void is a level 87, and we're going to try to drag her to 100 this week. Personally, I think we'll get to 100 and already be working on another character. It's not going to take long to drag a character from 87 to 100, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Also, this character here is taking over a character. I have a 120 hunter that I've been leveling to max every expansion since, I think, Wrath of the Lich King. So there is a hunter that's been my hunter for years. And what I've decided is, because the Void Elf came out, of course I wanted to make a Void Elf, and the class I wanted was a hunter, because I also have every class of pretty much everything, right? So this is, this is what I chose. So what I'm doing is, once she's max level, I'm going to move my 120 right now hunter over to Horde, and then that's one hunter I don't have to level over on Horde side. So because I'm doing that, I've basically cloned her professions, because when I do that, when I move that hunter, I'll all of a sudden not have a jewel crafter on this server. And I'm a profession person, so we cannot have that. We need to have jewel crafting. So this chickie is actually gonna be the new jewel crafter for Alliance side. And because I have the Panther mounts and all that, I've been redoing the rep for Order of the Serpents out in Panda. So I have her parked out there, and the rep has been going extremely fast because Myst of Pandaria did that thing where if you have at least one character that's exalted out there, you get bonus rep. So I've been able to do that. So I've been kind of taking breaks with the hunter, because also due to her level right now, I can do one dungeon a day that issues that rep on completion of the dungeon. So yeah, I'm not totally sure how the leveling is gonna actually go with her, just because I'm trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And so I'm thinking I'm probably only gonna log on, do 1 dungeon, and then log off, and then wait for the next day. So in between, I might end up bringing someone else in, but for now, we'll keep the goal to the hunter. But I'm thinking that maybe the priest. I have a Light Forged Draenei that I still need to level as well, and that one's a priest, and yeah, there may be both the hunter and the priest getting leveled. And that is it for goals. So it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't a lot. My druid's rep takes 10 minutes max per day, and my death knight, another 10 minutes max per day, and then it's leveling. So it really isn't, it sounds like a heavy duty list, but it's really not that much. So with that said, let's head over to news. Okay, so honestly, there isn't much news, but I do have one thing for you. Technically, you just saw some news because the new character animations, that is a new thing. And the next piece of news that I'd like to share with you guys is this sculpture here, which is done by a girl named Julie Calibri, if I said her last name right. And I think this is amazing. And yeah, I think this sculpture looks really good. So I just thought I'd show you guys that. It's not for sale or anything, but who knows, maybe eventually. But, they haven't linked any sites for you to buy it on or anything. But still very nice. I wish I was artistic like this. I would make so many WoW things. But I just have, no artistic talent. When I was younger, I took a pottery class and made my dad an ashtray, but other than that, I'm just not very artistic. But seeing what people create, especially in WoW, with it being my favorite game, and seeing what other WoW fans have created, I wish I was that talented. I'd love to make a bunch of druid stuff. That would be awesome. Okay, so that is basically all I have for you guys for this week. There has been quite a bit more Shadowlands stuff showing up, and I didn't put in the WoW Weekly video because I'm creating actual Shadowlands videos for you guys. So you should see some of that this week. This week is going to be pretty packed with WoW stuff. Last week, we kind of putzed around a bit. I had a couple of WoW videos, and then it was Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion. This week is going to be all WoW. And, there's, I've been doing, a fair amount of videos, so I hope you guys enjoy the WoW content for this week, and I hope you enjoyed this WoW Weekly video. Let me know, what are you doing in the game right now? I know it's kind of, honestly, if we didn't have a leveling buff, a lot of people would probably be playing other games. And even with the leveling buff, maybe you are playing other games. Let me know what's interesting you game-wise right now. And I know it's not a very WoW-like, but what do you guys think of the PS5 reveal, which happened this past week? I personally think it looks good. I like the slim look, and Horizon 2 definitely looks really good. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be other game reveals, right? They're just showing those off to hype us for the PS5, but there's definitely more. I'd be curious to know if they got plans for another God of War. So yeah. But that's all I got for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.